Hello and welcome to TA for Traders. It's Friday the 8th of December. In this video we'll be looking at the charts on the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. What we'll see is that the Aussie dollar has been pummeled over the last couple of weeks. It's really in a severe downtrend. However, it is oversold and an imminent bounce to the first resistance should be expected. Let's look at those charts. So starting with the weekly chart, so each bar on this chart represents 1 week's trade, and you can see this week the Aussie dollars had a very bad week. It did get back up to that 50-week moving average, which is the blue line, which is still moving up, so it would be good if we could get back above there, but you can see it failed, went up to the average, pulled back, and we've got a very severe red body on this week's trading. Obviously today's Friday, so we'll start a new week on Monday as is usual. Other things to note: the 20 week has now rolled over and is now moving downwards, so even if we get above the 50 week, the 20 will be pressing down on this market, and you can see the momentum is very negative. The RSI is in a severe downtrend and presently at 38.21. It has been lower a few times during the year. In fact, as you can see, back in February, start of March, it went very low indeed. Went down to in below 20, so it's not yet oversold at 38.21. In fact, nowhere near on this weekly being oversold. The downside momentum is confirmed by the MACD, with the shorter term just going below zero. Moving on to the daily, and here you can see the severity of the downtrend that's been in place, I suppose, since we had that potential double top back in September. The moving averages have created bearish crosses, 20 crossing 50 there on the 4th of October. And that's been confirmed again this week as the 50s crossed the 200, which was on the 7th yesterday. So, and the moving averages, the 20, as you can see, has created resistance through this week, bounced above it but ended up moving back down, and you can see the severity and the fact we're still reaching new lows on each pullback. RSI is obviously showing negative momentum, 32.59. Maybe a marginal non-confirmation on the RSI, and actually on this daily it is at oversold levels. That makes me believe that there is going to be a short-term bounce. Quite a good formation there on the RSI. That could take us up to the resistance on this daily would be 75.86, but you'll see on the 4 hour there's a bit of resistance before there, 75.48 from memory. MACD as well, slightly improved, moving back up, although the short term has actually just moved back below the longer term, but they are in a slight uptrend, although they are below zero. And then moving on to the 4 hour, again you can see the severity of the downtrend, another bearish cross as the 20 crossed the 50 earlier this week. Also negative that when we did have the bounce earlier this week, that it petered out at that 200 moving average, confirmed the downtrend, but again we are oversold. RSI down at 30.1, and the bounce I believe should take us back up towards the 50 on this 4 hour, 75.78. I think I said 48 on the previous slide, but it's 75.78. MACD not quite showing any recovery as yet. The differential is narrowing, so be aware of that, but no sign of an up move there. So let's wait to see, but if we can just pick up, that will move the MACD round, which could indicate that the momentum is moving back up. Looking at the support and resistance levels, as I said, first resistance at that 50, the 4 hour, 75.78, then at the 20-day, 75.86, with support coming in at 74.402. That's all the way back 27th of April, and then 74.164, which was the low of 30th of May. So that's been TA for traders, looking at the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. The key takeaways from the video should be that a severe downtrend does remain in place. However, we are towards the lower boundary of that downtrend and looking oversold on some measures. Perhaps a short-term bounce is imminent, and that will take us up to the resistance at the moving averages, which are the 50 on the 4 hour is just below 75.80. Many thanks for watching the video. If you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe. You then get email updates when I come out with other videos. I don't just cover the FX markets, I cover commodities, equity indices and single stocks in the UK and the US. These videos are my opinion, they're not an investment recommendation, and please do read the disclaimer.